All right, right now, ICE seeking custody of two MS-13 members accused of murdering a 14-year-old girl. The illegal immigrant suspects were arrested on separate charges last year and would have been deported. But instead of alerting ICE, the agency says local authorities released them. Why? Because it's a sanctuary city and they don't call law enforcement. Here with more, Executive Associate Director for ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations, Natalie Asher. Natalie, I can't imagine how frustrated you must be knowing you wanted these guys, you wanted them out of this country, and sanctuary city policies prevented that.
So true, Brian, and thanks for having me this morning. Yeah, there's this, there's no question. The bottom line here is public safety, community safety. We need law enforcement partners to cooperate. And when you have politics driving these policies that prevent us from working with our local, state, and county partners, these types of things happen. This young girl did not have to be murdered.
Murdered brutally and painfully. Now,
yes.
You could say that these city councils who voted in these sanctuary policies are accomplices to murder.
We can say that they continuously refuse to listen to law enforcement, I think, to their own. I can tell you that we have had wonderful relationships with sheriffs across the country, with the National Sheriff's Association. Many of them are tied. Their hands are tied, unfortunately, due to local politics, and which prevents us as well from doing our job. We uphold the laws that Congress puts forth, and with these sanctuary cities in place with their particular policies, it only obstructs our duty in promoting public safety.
And these guys are named as Jose Fuentes Ponce, he's 16, and Joel Escobar, 17, both natives of El Salvador, where MS-13 thrives and was born. Here's what Prince George's County Department of Corrections told WTOP. This is the quote. Neither of these individuals were released to the public from the Prince George's County Department of Corrections. They remained detained in the juvenile facility until the disposition of their cases early this year. Because the aforementioned individuals were no longer in the Department of Corrections custody, no notification was provided to ICE. So I guess they're saying they were too young to tell ICE?
No, I think what they're saying here is that they didn't communicate the transfer, according to that quote, from the original facility to the juvenile detention center. We had placed those detainers with the first facility where these two criminal aliens had landed. It's that they did not communicate back to us of the transfer of these two into a juvenile hall. Again, sanctuary cities with their policies prevent us from making those necessary communications so that we can prevent such tragedies to occur as in this murder with this young girl.
Yeah, it seems like we care more about the illegals when we do about American citizens, and that showed itself now and resulted in murder. We reached out to Prince George's County Department of Corrections and County Executive Office for a statement. We're still waiting on that. Thanks so much, Natalie. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.